It is an honor for me today because he's one of my best friends. He and I had our first summer together. We were on not only did we do our first summer together, we are on the same team together our first year, the Top Knockers. And I believe we finished #2 in the world our first summer together. So Harry ended up being the #1 rookie in the world. So any of you first years who have aspirations to be the best of the best, Harry beat my tail in the first summer. And in today's dollars, he made around $54,000 in today's dollars his very first summer. I think he took some of his money and he actually bought a pink Harley Davidson motorcycle as a freshman in college with 24 karat gold lettering that he used to drive around the University of Florida campus. We were all envious. But Harry went on and sold 3 more summers. He was a top experienced. He was a top student leader. He was a top organizational leader. By his 3rd summer, Southwestern already put him in charge of a 25 to 30 person organization in just his 3rd summer. So since selling, Harry has never had a boss. He has been an entrepreneur for 37 years. He's owned businesses and sold businesses in agriculture, electronics, insurance, service. So he currently partners with a close friend in a company called Smoke Inn, which is the country's largest brick and mortar luxury cigar lounge offering premium liquor. This weekend, they're hosting an event they host every year, and it has grown so big that they have 1,500 people from all over the world coming, and they have to rent out a fairground just to house everybody. His main day-to-day is running a dietary and health supplements business he and his father started 40 plus years ago. He's been married to his beautiful wife, Julie, for 25 years, has 2 daughters, one a University of Florida engineering grad who now works in New York City, and his youngest, an Ole Miss student who currently works with Southwestern, and she's about to enter her 2nd summer and already has her team going. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Harry Hersey.
Hello, everybody. My name is Harry Hersey, and this is my Southwestern story, my journey. Part of me wishes that nobody had their microphone muted because I love doing interactive things, and I'd love to know why all of you are here. And everybody's here for a different reason. Some of you are participating in the internship through Southwestern because you want something to look great on your resume. Some of you are doing it because you absolutely need a job that can provide this kind of money so you can pay your way through school. Some of you are looking to expand your personal skills. There are as many different reasons for why the people are on this call and going out to sell for their very first summer as there are people on the call. So my story was probably a little bit different than most of you. I was very fortunate. I did not need to make money during the summertime. I didn't have to pay for college. I was one of those lucky kids. My mom and dad were more than happy to pay my way through college. And my dad wanted me to come work with him in our family business. And our family business is sales. And my whole life, every business I've ever been involved in, one way or another, it relates to sales, the very heart and soul of what you'll be learning through your experience with Southwestern. But my father wanted me to get some hands-on experience. So when I came out of college, I wasn't going to be going and working with these 30, 40, 50, 60, 70-year-old people as this young punk that really didn't have any weight behind him. So my dad wanted me to be able to learn about selling. And I can't say that I was terribly thrilled about going out and knocking on doors during the summertime. I had a pretty good summer life at home. My father wanted me to have the experience so that I didn't come out totally green out of college, because you'll learn a lot in college, but where the rubber hits the road and where things really happen is when you're actually in the workforce and you're dealing with these type of things. So as much as I wanted to learn about selling and wanted to do it, again, I wasn't super thrilled about losing my summer. And I came up with a plan. I told my father, I said, you know what, I'll go do this job if I can have a motorcycle. And my dad said, you know the rules in this family, there's no motorcycles. He goes, but what kind of motorcycle do you want? I said, I want a Harley Davidson. He said, well, I will never buy you a motorcycle. I said, no. I said, I'll go out and do this job. And if I make enough money selling books during the summer, then can I buy a Harley Davidson? And he said, yeah, if you think you can make that kind of money selling books during the summer, have at it. So week number 6 or 7, I don't recall exactly which week it was, I called my dad and I said, "Hey, should I pick it out here in Owensboro, Kentucky, or wait till I get home?" And he said, "You got to be kidding." I said, "No." So shortly thereafter, when I brought that motorcycle back to West Palm Beach, my dad ended up going out and buying one so that we could ride together, and we did. We rode together and went to Bike Week for 20 years, every single year without fail. So that was the main reason I wanted to go sell books. I wanted a motorcycle. And I was able to enjoy that motorcycle for a long time. And now it's been 30, almost 35 years since I sold books. And I haven't had a day in my life when I didn't have one, two, or three of them to go ride and enjoy. But back to you. Why are you here? What's the real reason? What is it that you need to accomplish this summer? Because one thing that you will find is that you're going to learn a lot this summer. You're going to learn a lot about selling. You're going to learn a lot about management. You're going to learn a lot about bookkeeping. You're going to learn a lot about inventory. But at the end of the day, you're going to learn a lot about yourself and all of the skills that you need to be successful in whatever career path you choose. It's funny, Mark said that there's a lot of different careers that people are in. When I look at the guys that I sold with and the guys that were on the teams that I recruited, I mean, we're talking about everything from tailors to CEOs and interventional radiologists. I mean, just the degrees and the careers that everyone has is so varied. So the skill set that you can learn doing this is, in my opinion, unlike any place else that you'll be, because you're surrounded by other kids that are your age, other kids that are a little bit older, and then you'll find that over your course, whether you're a first year student, second year student, third year student, you really will grow into your own and find out so much about yourself. There's a lot that you're going to learn in college. There's a lot of great things that you pick up. But as far as being able to take things that are going to parlay themselves into being able to walk into a meeting and doing a presentation with whoever the CEO of the company is that you're looking to sell something to or to offer a service for, the great thing is after being out there and doing what you do during the summertime and talking with literally thousands of people, more people than you ever have out of the blue, cold calling, walking up to them, talking to them about, from literally not knowing them 5 seconds ago to you walking away with a sale and them happy and their kids excited about what you've done, what you showed them, to be able to hone that skill set and use it later on in your career is like there's just no other internship program that can give this kind of offer. I don't have any statistics to show, but I would be willing to venture that there are more college students that come out of the Southwestern program that come out of school and start their own companies and have become millionaires than any other internship program that's available. And I only say that with confidence because of the number of people that I worked with, the number of people that are in my very close knit friendship group, the people that were in my wedding, the people that attended my wedding, the people whose weddings I've attended, the people that I've traveled around the world with. I see the success and I see the very things that they've done. And it's just pretty exciting. So I hope that while you're looking at this program, you think about the things that you can accomplish, you learn how to set your goals, because that's something until I really got to Southwestern, I thought about things that I wanted, but I never really understood how to crystallize goals. I never understood how to put things together so that I would basically kind of knock off one rung at a time until I got to that point where I really needed to be. And it's been so successful for me in a lot of different areas of business. Mark had said that I worked with the company that my dad started. I did that right when I got out of college, and then my dad decided in 2000 that he wanted to sell that business and go ahead and kind of start taking it easy. And then a few years ago, God, it's been quite a few years ago now, I went out and started my own company, which is in the same field. I'm in I have health and nutrition. So basically, I work with companies that contract manufacture products all around the world. And you'll go into GNC or any type of like vitamin shop and see thousands of products that are there. Most of those companies don't actually make their products. They come to people that have manufacturing plants that make the product. So I put all those deals together. I connect the customers with the manufacturers and then make those products available to you, the general public, or anybody else. So that's kind of the field of business that I'm in now. But every single business that I've owned, every single business that I've been a part of, the things from Southwestern seem to hit home on a regular basis. I was with a guy that's become a friend of mine now, who's a billionaire from out of Nashville, Tennessee. And I went up there to do a meeting with him, sat down in the meeting, and just out of the blue, Southwestern seems to always come up when you're talking with people that are in sales. And the head of his entire sales and marketing team was also a Southwestern alumni. So you can imagine how easy the presentation is when you immediately have such a connection and such a history with someone, even though we hadn't met before. So that's one of the things that you can benefit from over and over again. I can't tell you how many times I've sat down in meetings with people, and the men and women that I've talked with have been, oh yeah, I did Southwestern when I was in school. Boy, wasn't this amazing? I did this or I did that. So there are so many things that you'll benefit from with your Southwestern career. One of the things that I wanted to talk about today, because I know there's a lot of first year people, I want to talk about kind of the challenge that you may have between now and when you go out for your summer. Because right now you might be at an absolute emotional high, you know, excited about what's going on, or you may be one of those people whose best friend has said, why would you go out and do that job? That's going to be hard. That's a horrible job. It's not something you're going to enjoy. And I will tell you, you think that everyone that you talk to at first is going to be there to support you and say, boy, you're brave. You've got you know, an incredible vision and foresight. I can't believe you're doing this. That's awesome. Don't get them. I wish you success. Most people don't have that in them. Most people don't have the vision to wish you to have the great success that you can. And I'll tell you a story. My daughter, Mark mentioned, Hayden is going into her second summer. She's recruiting her first year students right now while she's going to Ole Miss. And one of the first people that she had asked or sent information about the company said, hey, I want to talk to you about this. This is really exciting. And she was so thrilled because her good friend, Jack, was gonna, you know, she thought, wow, he's gonna come out and sell books with me this summer. And he got on the phone. He said, I can't believe that you're going to do that job. You shouldn't do that job. That's a horrible job. I would never do anything like that. This has got to be some kind of a scam. And she's like, are you kidding? This is something my dad did 30 years ago. We have so many friends that have done this. And if you look at the successful people throughout the company's history, if you look at like their shrine of success, it's amazing. Just a couple of the top people right now that are popping into my mind. The current Speaker of the House for the United States of America went out and sold books 3 or 4 years. The governor of Oklahoma was out selling books for quite a while. The list is pretty impressive. But what I wanted to talk to you about are those people that might not add sunshine to your parade, the people that might want to rain on your parade a little bit. And sometimes you have to have cold hard facts. Some people say, hey, you know, that's one of those businesses, it's a scam because of whatever reason somebody read online. The company was started in 150 years ago. I think that if somebody was going to have a company that wasn't legit, it wouldn't have made it 150 years. But sometimes people need to see things that are more current in order to get more support. And most of you are probably familiar with a company called Berkshire Hathaway. It's a multinational conglomerate, over $300 billion in revenues. It's headed up by a guy named Warren Buffett, who at many times has been the wealthiest individual in the entire world. The thing about that company is they're so diversified, but three of the big companies that they have within their umbrella and portfolio are all companies exactly like Southwestern. They're companies where people go and they recruit other people to work with them and build a team. One of them is called World Book Encyclopedias. And by the way, that company's over 100 years old. It's part of Berkshire. Kirby Vacuums, another company over 100 years old. It's built the same way as Southwestern, where people get involved in the sales side and then they're able to recruit a team and build a team, and everyone can build a business together. The last one some of you may have heard about is called the Pampered Chef, which is home goods, things for mostly women, but a lot of guys sell their products as well. And it's just something where when you look at a $300 billion company that has divisions within it that are in this exact same industry that you're embarking on, it should give you a little bit of the ability to be even more resilient when you're trying to explain what it is you're doing and give you some confidence. And I want you to leave this call today with a lot of confidence, because if you believe in yourself, what you can accomplish out there this summer is phenomenal. I went to my first meeting and Mark Rao was there when I got interviewed, and Brian Friedman, who was my student manager, he said, you think you'd be interested in this job? I said, absolutely. He said, well, how well will you do? I said, well, I'll be number one in the company for sure. And he just laughed at me. He said, "Hey, that's great. I love your enthusiasm, but there's 3,000 kids that do this program every summer." I said, "Yeah." I said, "It's okay." I said, "I plan on being number one." And somehow, miraculously, I had the best student manager that I could have possibly had, and he taught me all of the basics that I needed to have. Because you don't have to be a rocket scientist to go out and work for Southwestern in the summertime. You don't have to be a straight A student. You don't have to be an A, B, C, even a D student. You have to be willing to learn. Listen to the people that have done it before, take their advice. One of the things that he said to me, my student manager, was, "Hey, you need to be one of the first people to learn this presentation, the sales pitch, when you go out and talk with people. If you get to know it in advance, you're going to have a way better summer." And then they put a contest together. My district sales manager, Tom Boyd, who I still look up to so much, who really helped to shape my life and my sales career. Tom said, "Harry, if you'll be the first person on campus to learn your sales pitch, I will take you to have a steak dinner wherever you want." There weren't a lot of selections in Gainesville, but I won that first competition. And then when I got to sales school in Nashville, I had a lot more time to focus on refining the small skills. But because again, it doesn't take incredible intelligence to do this job. It takes wherewithal. It takes the willingness and commitment to work through challenges and adversity. And it's not the hardest thing in the world, but it can be extremely hard if you don't stay focused. So the things that your student manager will teach you about is how to stay on track, how to stay focused, how to have your sales pitch down early on so that you can be successful. One of the things that I also thought about is, maybe some of you might have a second thought because you had such a great time last summer and you had a couple of really great parties. And one of the mantras at Southwestern has always been work hard and play hard. And a lot of people say that, but I can tell you that the Sizzler trip, I don't know if Mark or Amy or if your student manager has told you about that, but the Sizzler trip is something that everybody on this call can win their first summer, second summer, every summer. Mark and I won it every single summer. And when we say that we played hard, we definitely played hard. So whatever little party you might have missed out back at home is going to pale in comparison to the successful parties and things that you will experience with Southwestern. And, I'm 50 something years old now. I still like to play hard. And when I think about the parties that we've flown to, across the world to be with friends in Ibiza, or whether it's in the Amalfi Coast or wherever it is, we learned how to work hard when we were selling books. We learned how to become successful and build our own businesses so that we continue to work hard and play hard all the way down the road. So I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what you have set, what you want to accomplish, and what you want to be able to come back and be able to check off the list. But you can do it if you put your mind to it, you stay committed to it. And this is a job unlike any other opportunity that's out there. Again, I mentioned a lot of people were in my wedding, and some of my absolute closest relationships, best friends, people that I could rely on for anything that I needed, whether it was in business. And I have done business with so many people from my Southwestern career, or whether it has to do with just, having fun. And I was trying to get Mark to come down here this weekend because we've got a few of those guys and some other friends coming in for a great big all-day Argentinian asada after I have about 1,500 people out at the fairgrounds this weekend. So we'll be going out to my ranch to have again. We're going to play hard. We're going to have a lot of fun. But I want to tell you some about just all the different areas. I got a few different notes here, and let's see. Talked about Buffett. We've talked about friends, and I guess probably the key thing is the attitude of being successful. Some of you have great confidence already. Some of you don't have a lot of confidence. By the time you're done with this program, being able to have the confidence that you will and can be successful in whatever your venture happens to be, that's kind of the golden ticket. When Mark was talking about being able to be in any field, whatever your career, wherever that career path may take you, it's amazing. There are doctors that do well, doctors that do not so well, and there's doctors that do incredibly well. in the same field, in the same area, practicing the exact same thing, whether it happens to be someone who's a heart surgeon, whether it happens to be somebody that's an orthopedic or whatever it is. But look at the differences in the field of medicine. Why is this one doctor incredibly successful? Why have they been able to build a practice that has other doctors working underneath them, and their business is so much bigger? The same thing if you look at auto dealerships. You look at the guys that run auto dealerships. There's little ones on the corner that have 2 or 3 guys that are doing sales, and some of them that are selling used vehicles. And then you've got the auto dealerships where the guys are selling 500 cars a day. And what's the difference between that dealership where the person is selling, a couple of cars, and that dealership where the people are selling lots and lots of cars? It's being able to set yourself apart. It's being able to take your success to that next level and do the little things that it takes to really break out and be different. And it's not just about, like with a doctor, having the skill set to go in and slice and dice. It's all of those skills plus all of the personal skills that allow you to be able to bring things in and have a long-term successful career. So I think that Southwestern is one of the single most important things that I did in my early years. I'd say there's 2 things that impacted the trajectory of my life, business and social. One was the Southwestern Company, and the other one was a program called Semester at Sea, where I happened to travel around the world and when I was in college and study abroad on a ship. And those 2 things, between what I learned about business and what I learned about people, and most importantly, what I learned about my success, are really what set me up to be who I am, what I am today. I don't have the biggest company in the whole world, but I've got a hell of a nice company. I've got a lot of different companies that I've always enjoyed being involved in many things. I'm not real good at just doing one track. I like to be on multiple tracks at one time. But when you learn to put your business skills in place and you've got all the skills in order to manage the operations of your business, you can do that. You can do more than one particular venture at a time, or just one, focus on it 100%. It all depends on what it is that you want to accomplish. I'm really super happy that my daughter is involved with Southwestern. I saw some massive changes with her over the summer when she was out there last year. I actually, for those of you that are wondering the difference between today working with Southwestern and 35 years ago when Mark went door to door and when I went door to door, I went out and picked up my daughter's book bag this summer. I flew out to Wisconsin. I got in her car and we went and we knocked door to door. I followed her, knocked on doors, watched her presentation, watched her make her sales, watched her close her deals. And I can tell you that there's nothing different between doing this job 30 years ago and doing it today. People go, no way, people don't still go door to door, do they? As a matter of fact, they do. And Hayden was laughing during the summer. She's like, I can't believe I keep bumping into these other door-to-door people that are out there. Some selling pest control, some are selling insurance, or some are selling that. So the difference is, the reason nobody thinks it's done anymore is because there's not a lot of people that have the wherewithal to get out and give it a try. But those of you that do will find that you can have incredible success. The big difference between 35 years ago and today is there are computers today. And they were just kind of Tandy 286s when I was in college with dot matrix printers. And the technology is not where it is where we can have this phone conversation right now. But you're able to incorporate all of today's technology in with the Southwestern program as well. So it's phenomenal to have the platform that you have to work with. That's what I wanted to do, is just kind of get you excited about what you could do this summer. Look about not just this summer, but the summer after and graduating from college and what it is that you want to do. This is something which will set you apart. It'll give you skills that nothing else that you can go out and do. I mean, let's face it, if you want to get an internship and go, like my oldest daughter got an internship for EY, for Ernst & Young. And she's working there now. But the things that my youngest daughter learned going out and selling books last summer compared to the things that are learned in the internship in these big, Fortune 500 companies, there's no difference. If you put it on a scale, the amount of learning and what was gained through the Southwestern program for my youngest daughter is head and shoulders more valuable than the other internship programs that my other daughter did. So I think that you're in the right place at the right time. I hope that you learn to get your sales talk down as soon as you can. I know you got a full semester and you think, oh, I got plenty of time to learn that. Learn it next week and it'll make the summer a lot easier for you. So I wish you all tons of success in your venture with Southwestern. And I love seeing people that are, taking on this challenge. And I love to see the success at the end of the summer, the awards banquets and everything else. So I wish you all nothing but success in whatever your venture and your true future career may be. Thanks for letting me be a part of your afternoon. Have a great day.
Thank you, Harry. What an honor to have you on, buddy. And yeah, Harry flew out to Wisconsin. Not only did he work with Hayden for a day, but he went and helped run the Sunday meeting with all the Wisconsin students. So we appreciate you being an ambassador of Southwestern.